Hey everyone, this is P4L, and in today's Transformers review, we'll be taking a look at another TFcon exclusive, this one coming from Kid Y, and this is their Adder. Adder is kind of a mashup between their two favorite 80s cartoon series, Transformers being one and G.I. Joe being the other, and so the figure itself is kind of an homage to both series. The figure itself is a recolor of the X-transbots Targetmaster coming with their Andross or their Scourge. So their Andross is coming with their version of Fracas, which is Rimfire, and this is a recolor of that Targetmaster. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into packaging review. So packaging review is pretty simple. This guy comes in a small box. It has a lot of nice homage and details that if you pay attention you'll catch some of them. I'm actually not a huge G.I. Joe fan, so I'm probably missing some, but there are some obvious ones like kind of these dials and meters and stuff like that, which is kind of a shout out to kind of the G.I. Joe toys. Same thing with this down here. It actually says do not step, which is another common occurrence in the G.I. Joe figures. Coming along to this side, you actually see some information about TFcon. The July 18, 2015 date was for their Toronto conference, but this guy will also be available at the Charlotte conference later this year in October. Down here, these are kind of the details of the exclusivity of this figure. So there's going to be 500 pieces, and there's a 1:9 ratio, and you see the regular figure, and then this kind of question mark here. This question mark is kind of indicative of the variant. So you'll have a 1 in 10 chance to, or 1:9 ratio, if you want to think about it that way, that you'll get the variant, which we're actually going to take a look at today as well. On the back itself, you have a bio for Adder. It says Adder Destruction and Terror Special Missions. So he actually has a pretty long bio that's pretty detailed and very much another homage to G.I. Joe toys. Let me zoom in on it real quick, just so if you want you can freeze in on it and read it for yourself. Alright, that should be enough time. But down here you also get some other information. So the madmen behind this are actually from Madhouse Toys and Collectibles, but they also did it in partnership with Toy Dojo, my sponsor, as well as Ages 3 and Up. And of course, they partnered with X-transbots, the company that's actually behind the actual mold itself for this. On the other sides, this one you get a random reference to Back to the Future with this flux capacitor image, and then you get a adder symbol here. Nothing else on the bottom or the top that I saw, so pretty simple packaging, but really nicely done. You can open them up like so, and you get a few things out of the packaging. Those are the instructions. This little baggie is concealed so that you won't know which version you're getting by opening up the box. So it's like a blind bag. And then somewhere in here, there we go. He also comes with a set of stickers. These stickers are actually pretty cool. They do add a touch of color in various areas, mostly around the legs, and then you also get some adder symbols that you add where you like, and a lot of emblems here. So you have your choice of three different like Cobra emblems, a Decepticon emblem, and then some that I'm not familiar with. But yeah, these are all kind of optional. You can dress up your adder as you'd like. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So let's actually go ahead and look at the instructions real quick. Just one sheet, very basic. This guy's pretty simple to transform. And yeah, we'll actually go through that in this video. So we're just going to close that up and get right into the robot mode review. So here we have Adder out of packaging. And he is a really nice blue-black deco, which is obviously a straight-up homage to the G.I. Joe Cobra team, who often sported this blue-black deco. doing a quick 360. He does suffer from hollow legs, which are pretty common on legend-sized figures. That's the basic size this guy is, and we'll do some comparisons in a little bit. But overall, he looks really, really good. One of the things that I will say, even though he's a legend-sized figure, he has a lot of articulation. So going straight into that, we can look at his head, which has a swivel here, horizontal. No up and down, no ball joint there, but he does have ball joints in his shoulders. So his shoulders can go up like that, and then obviously the articulation that comes with having a ball joint. No bicep swivel. He does actually have joints in the shoulders themselves as well, and they look ratcheted. So you get a soft ratchet, so you can get his arms out like this. Get his hands going all the way up. No bicep swivel, as I mentioned before. He does have double jointed elbows, which allow him to fold up like that, which is used for transformation, but also great for posability. And he has a small peg there. No wrist or fist articulation, finger articulation on a figure this size. In the upper body, he does have kind of this joint here, which is used for transformation, but you can kind of get it positioned to make him look down or slightly up. It does break up the molded details though. And then he also has another joint used predominantly for transformation, which is a more traditional kind of ab crunch, which you can get him to kind of crunch like that. You do have to get the gun barrel out of the way to kind of activate that though. Coming down to the lower body, he does have ball joints at his hips, so you get a great range of motion there, going all the way back, all the way forward, all the way out. No thigh swivel, but he does have a ball joint at the knee, which allows him to get some swivel going on. I guess a knee swivel, if you want to call it that. And since his legs are hollow, and for transformation, he can do a really high knee bend. You can probably get him doing some really cool, like, dynamic poses, like a dash. And lastly, down at his feet, he has separate toe and heel articulation at the same pin joint, and he even has ankle tilts. So it's very slight, but there is a pin joint down here that lets him tilt inwards just a tiny bit, which is great that they went to that length for just that much articulation. So very cool. If we want to take a look at his head sculpt really quick, it's very basic. Again, it's just a kind of frowning face. There we go. And he has really nicely painted yellow eyes. His face is painted kind of a dark red, as are his thighs here in black. But nicely done. When I look at this figure, I actually think it would make a pretty good repaint in black and yellow as a Cobra Bat robot, or android, whatever you want to call it. Battle android something. I don't remember what the T stands for, but I think it would look really good that way. So maybe they'll do something like that in the future. Alright, so that's really it for robot mode. I did want to bring in some comparisons. The first and foremost being the special variant, the 10% chance that you'll get this guy. And you can see this guy is fully painted everywhere, even to some detriment of his joints. So he has the same look and feel, except he has that kind of glossy dark blue finish, which is really nice. They did a great job painting this guy. You can see the gloss off of my lighting here. The downside is that they did mention that they painted the joints as well. And you can see at the top here on his left shoulder that actually the paint has flaked off on that ball joint just from messing around with him a little bit. This one's okay for now, but I don't know if that's gonna flake off some more later. It's not too bad since it's a joint and you kind of come to expect rub, and you don't even see it that much, so it doesn't bother me that much. but it is something that they have noted. But otherwise, by and large, obviously the same figure. It's a very nice little variant though. A little nice chase figure. I don't think you'll be disappointed or want to trade yours in for a regular version. Alright, so other comparisons I want to do real quick. Let's go ahead and get these guys off to the side. Since these guys are supposed to be MP scaled, I went ahead and brought in my MP Spike that came with MPB. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And it's a really good height for this. I think that works really well. I should have brought my cassettes out, but I can't find them right now. I'm sure they're somewhere in one of my many boxes. Another comparison I'll do very quickly is with a Legends class figure. So this is from the recent Combine Wars Legends class, Thundercracker. And last but not least, a third-party comparison of a Legends class figure, and one that is one of my favorites is their Wing Saber from Iron Factory. So again, scales really, really well with the Legends class size. Okay. Alright, so that's really it for rollout mode. Let's go ahead and get into transformation. Transformation on this guy is very simple. The first thing they tell you to do is actually go ahead and bring this barrel down like this, and then there's a little sliding joint here. There's a tab that allows you to extend the barrel fully, and then they tell you to bring down just that kind of ab section, not the ab section, the middle chest section down, like so. Then you're going to bend the upper body at the ab crump I showed you before, so they're kind of positioned like this. That reveals the handle that comes out from the back. Then we can work on the elbows, just fold them up like that, using that double joint, and they're actually just going to kind of sit there. That's one of the things that this figure could have used a little bit more of, some tabbing or some locking mechanisms. Going down to the lower body, we're just going to fold up the legs, the feet and heel, like so. From here, we're going to actually rotate at that kind of knee joint that was there, that knee ball, and then collapse it in on itself. Same thing on this side. And then there's a tab that brings the two legs together. And I think that's the only tab that exists on this figure. And you can bring these feetums into the middle. Come on, there we go. So here we have Adder in his alt mode or target master mode. And it's not a great alt mode, to be honest. It kind of reminds me of the Fire Blast or Firebolt from MP Rodimus, in that it's really bulky. You can probably do some alternate transformations that kind of streamline, like bringing the arms up forward towards the barrel or something like that. But this is the official transformation, and it's not great, but it's not terrible either. The things that it suffers from mostly are the fact that you can still kind of see the head. You can try to get it hidden, at least from side view, with these feet. And the barrel is also kind of hollow here from that sliding joint. It does have tabs on the back that are MP-esque. So let's go ahead and bring MP Wheeljack in. He's like one of the few figures I have left that have stock hands. Let me just scoot that up. It's a little bit difficult to get in his hand just because he has that kind of hand guard, but you can just rotate that in, and there you go. Very secure. It's not going anywhere, and it's not a bad scale either. It's definitely a big blaster, but for Scourge, who's going to be pretty big, I think it will work pretty well, as opposed to one of the Carbots. So transforming him back, very simple again. Go ahead and unfold the arms. Just straighten them out on that double joint. The legs, you just untab them, get them out like that, fold them down, and then rotate at the knee joint so that they're facing forward. Oh, this is actually the wrong way, this way. And then go ahead and create the feet by spreading out the heels and toes. Go ahead and fold up that chest. So there's two sections, so you're going to need to fold up the head first to create that slot that allows you to fold in the handle. And you can fold this down. And then last but not least, you can collapse this barrel. Or you can leave it extended, whatever you like. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your toy. There we go. Back in robot mode. Easy peasy. And I'm not sure why I decided to use the term easy peasy, but okay. I did want to point out the decals that come with it. So there are a number of them. Most of them are pretty explanatory, the ones that go on actual designated spots. So these black big pieces on the side here are for his legs. And you'll see that there's a cutout where these white lines are that indicate, so this goes on the side of the right leg, this one goes on the side of the left leg. On the bottom here, you actually have a kind of a square, and then you have a square. So the actual square itself goes on the toe, and then the outer piece that's kind of a octagon-ish square will go on the kneecaps. And then these two middle pieces here will go on the kneecaps to hide that slot. The two circles are less self-explanatory, and I think there are two good places for them to go. One will be on maybe the elbow joint to get some color up on the upper body. Or if you display this guy in alt mode more, you might want to put it on this little hexagon here and this screw on this side to give it a little color and cover up that screw hole. But you have options there. And then the rest of the emblems, I think these adder symbols would probably go well on the side of the barrel once you have it kind of extended. Like this maybe? I don't know if you might be able to add it. Oh no, actually, because of transformation, you're not going to be able to add it there. But you can add it right here on this side or this side. And then these emblems, optional emblems, all on the right side, you can just place wherever you want. Shoulder, maybe have one Decepticon, one Cobra symbol. That's probably how I'll do it. But I didn't want to go in and waste your time showing off that. But I will go ahead and cut and come back with this guy all decoed. And here we have Adder all decked out. So just to show you where a lot of the decals went, again, most of them take place on the legs here, on the knees, and on the toes. And then you have the small circles that I mentioned before that I put on his arm to cover up one of the pinholes. You can really put it wherever you want. I don't think there's a very specific place it needs to go. But again, my suggestions are either here or maybe to cover up these screws on the barrel. And then I went ahead and did like I said, I put a Decepticon logo on one side, and then I ended up putting a whatever rank that is on the right shoulder. But yeah, overall this set is really, really nice. They're vinyl stickers, I think, so they're a lot nicer than just paper stickers, and they look like they'll last quite a long time. So really great job on the stickers. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring in his painted brother for the final shot. So final thoughts, this guy is pretty fun for a figure of this size. He does have articulation that does rival some of the nicer Legends class figures. A lot of use of ball joints. The painted one is really nice looking. Just be wary of the flaking that you might get on some of the joints here. If you guys want to pick this guy up for your collection, you can either stop by TFcon Charlotte at the Madhouse Toys, Toy Dojo, or Ages 3 and Up booths, and they'll have them on sale there. And you should be able to get them at their websites as well. I know, again, that they're limited in number, 500 worldwide. So if you want to pick them up for your collection, go ahead and click on one of the links in the description below. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments section. If you have any questions or just comments on the video, if I did something wrong, go ahead and leave those down there as well. As always, if you want to keep up to date with my news and review, go ahead and click on the subscribe button up here. And follow me on Facebook at P4L Reviews. And as always, hopefully this provided you guys with a great overview of the Kid Y adder. And hopefully you'll make a decision on whether you want to add him to your collection or not. Alright? Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good one.